But what I'm saying is for all of the aspects of the Antichrist and that to be the sacrifices to be stopped, the temple must already be in use or there, and it's not at this time.
Right.
Or last I was there.
Right. So, well, no, I think even unless somebody
and the Muslim, the Dome of the Rock, they still have control, very much so.
Right. Well, and they're still dictating what Judaism is.
The dig sites, all the things.
Yeah.
They already dug under Solomon's temple and where the horses were and the stables and all kinds of artifacts. They,
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff.
Before we started the second round, I got a chance to do something that I'm going to edit into it'll actually be the thing that plays before this whole episode or edition in May, which is basically that I come on and I admit that I'm a Christian. And I do believe in Christ and all that. Anyway, I think
good timing.
I think that, well, and it all has kind of worked out this way. I don't want to push it down anyone's throat, and I actually use it as a disclaimer at the beginning, which is that regardless of what your world opinion is, this isn't a Christian show.
Obviously, we just had a bathtub experience.
Right, but it isn't a Christian show.
That was the cleansing of Diggler.
A lot of
How
us.
do you know I wasn't getting baptized?
Oh, dude.
Baptized?
Baptized.
Anyway, so
sorry.
but the point being though is that there's still things that have got to take place. In answer to your question, Stormy, is that the guy, this Yehuda that he was talking about, is whoever this TikToker is or whoever this vlogger is, he thinks that that's the case. I don't know anything about him, but over the course of this next week, though, I'll see what I can find out. If there's like video footage or anything of any of this, I'd like us to be able to watch it and just see. At the end of the day, right now, the only one that knows is the Antichrist and the ones that are around him themselves.
Oh, one other.
Who?
God himself.
Well, hello.
Yeah, boy.
But my, because okay, for example, the Omen, the story, the trilogy or quadruple, whatever, however many episodes it is in now, of the Antichrist, that began back in the 70s. It was only those that were closest around him, and that's how I've felt for a long time. It's only going to be basically the servants of hell that are around this kid because of what he is. And some people say that he doesn't even know yet that he is the Antichrist. I find that hard to believe. I don't know how
would you not know?
Grooming's a mighty powerful.
I retract the question.
Well, and because of the fact too that there's such darkness surrounding him and who his being is going, it's not, I don't know, the way I feel about it, it's not like if this one doesn't work out, well, we'll get another one. Because I mean, this been pre-designated, I'm sure, since the beginning of time, who the Antichrist was going to be.
It doesn't sound like an elected position to me.
No, not in that sense, right? So I don't know. Anyway, I'm glad I got a chance to run across that because that did open this up for some good conversation. And thank you guys all for your input. I totally appreciate that. I get really tired of the sound of my own voice. Okay, well, before Diggler...
Well, the thing is with the, we all believe different things. We're all allowed to believe different things. And I think that's one aspect of the whole truth. And I feel like this show is looking at the other things that don't make sense. So where's the truth here? Where's this? Where's that? What is this? What is that? Whether that applies or not. I think it can be independent.
And I think
question everything.
Exactly. What's that, Oz?
Question everything.
Well, and that's how we've come into this, really. I mean, this has like been a real open forum because there's been a lot of different belief systems among the whole group of us. And so it's nice to at least be able to come, because I don't know. And that's why we do this, is because I don't know. So I come every time that we do these, and I'm hoping that maybe one of you guys can enlighten me, So, yeah.
The general population of the world, people say that, why does nobody see this? Why does nobody see that? But if you look at what was accepted even 10 years ago and what's accepted today, the world is leaning towards accepting a lot of stuff, and it's leaning towards that broad expanse, that mental, you know, position where they're accepting these things. You know, so it's happening. It's actually happening, and
Little by little, I mean, each one of these steps that has gotten us even to where we're at today, little by little, it's all just, falling into place. I saw something earlier today, and I like the way that it was put, was just, it's falling into place the way it's supposed to, regardless of whether or not we understand it, whether or not we believe it, because some of this stuff is about as wild and as far out there as you can possibly imagine. But I don't think that any of this, though, is anything even close as to what's still to come.
no, I mean, everybody's always talking about how much of a drag it is these days. I mean, this sucks, that sucks. What's this world coming to? Oh, take up your arms, stand against me. But what they're overlooking is the one aspect that, and if you believe the Bible, you believe the Bible. You believe in God. You know what I'm saying? There's not, you don't kind of like cut it down the middle and say I believe this, not that. And
Well, some people do.
and it's written. All this stuff is supposed to happen, and it's supposed to happen in basically sequence. And
Right.
so chill out, people. It's got to happen. It has to happen.
Yeah,
Now
that's the June edition.
right.
Okay. All right. So everybody's here. Hail. So another lead in. Hi, guys. You're watching the Hook, Line, and Thinker podcast on the Groove Zone Network, GZ23, out of Olympia, Washington. We've got Gretchen. Hello. DJ Dizzy. Hello. From the wonderful land of Ollie, we've also got Stormy. Hello.
Hello.
And we also have Knuckles, our newest kid on the block. Knuckles, how you doing?
Good. Pretty good.
Good, thanks for
Feeling very
being-
childish.
Oh my gosh, I love your amount of knowledge, actually. And then
Thank you.
coming
I
in,
appreciate that. It came from my mother.
I catch that a lot, actually. Yeah. Who got it from her? Who got it from her mother?
She's
There we
a
go.
little clone, really. She's just a mini me.
Mini me.
Actually, funnily enough, I've got a 4-year-old little brother. Mom has a 4-year-old. Can I say his name online, Mom?
That's up to
No.
you.
Let's Okay, well, leave I the have a names out of it. 4-year-old little But brother. yeah, I have a 4-year-old too. And I went over the other day to play Legos and feel good because he brings out my imagination. And he's been obsessed with centrifugal motion. So he's been swinging around a lanyard. And he hit the one plant he knew he wasn't supposed to. And me and my mother both turned to him at the same time and said, "Hey," in the same tone, same decibel rate, the same inflection. And I looked at her, I was like, "Oh my God, I'm you." Oh no.
Yeah, it very much is. That's funny.
Oh, that's
Makes you
awesome.
mad sometimes.
And then finally,
Anyway.
from the Inland Empire, we have Cousin Robin and King James. Hello. Your volume's off, woman.
That
And you
way
know-
we,
We love you with volume.
oh, not always. No.
Well, yeah, but I don't think you've ever gotten the mute button.
Oh, no. But I raised the edge. I do go to the edge.
Actually, it's funny because guess who I had a visit from this last week?
Oh, who?
Oz came over.
Oh,
Oz came over for a couple of hours. Awesome time. We got to talking, but so much pirate language coming out that I finally told him, I go, dude, I'm putting a jar out here, $1 in every single time. And he laughed, and I'm like, I'm not kidding.
yeah.
I don't have that kind of money.
Oh my gosh. Well, it would make you think twice, then, wouldn't it?
It's like Dylan in the
I'd end up
jar.
in dead
Right.
prison.
Have a hammer handy and just smash your hand with it and don't say anything afterwards. Basically.
Nonsense.
So we were asking everybody earlier what their perspective on Antarctica is. Gretchen, we didn't really get a chance to hear from you yet.
Oh, well, I put something in the group chat messenger.
Okay.
I found it interesting. It's actually from 2018. It talks about NASA found when they were finding all those monoliths in the state parks and stuff.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, the monuments that were, okay.
yeah, wild.
There was one out of Utah.
Okay.
and I googled Now, an iceberg-shaped monolith. NASA did, and I haven't got to read the whole thing yet, but I wondered if anyone else had heard anything about it or.
Anyone?
I did just read the article.
Oh, you did.
Me too. I wasn't able to watch the video. Yeah.
What got me was the first picture.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's very, very rare that nature, generally speaking, doesn't create right angles.
Right.
Unless you're talking something gravity based, right? If something falls off a sheer cliff, that will be a right angle because you've got gravity, right? You've got the flat for gravity, you've got the gravity. But this thing,
there it is,
was
so
90-degree.
Yeah.
Can I play devil's advocate?
But then, okay, you have the hexagon. You have the hexagon around the Saturn's aurora, and that you've got what was the other?
How about
one
the
that I was
golden
thinking?
ratio?
Like the
It's a
triangulation
curve,
between
right?
us and the moon and the sun.
See that in nature all the time.
Right, that is everywhere. You can't get away from the golden ratio. Phi is everywhere. Phi, however you want to say it.
That's the 1.618, right?
Yeah.
If your knows, I'm totally lost. So just to make that
okay, well, I'll fill
just to
you in about
clarify
that
really
later.
quick.
Anyway, so
Phi
Yes,
is the
ma'am.
golden ratio. It looks like a spiral, kind of like seashells and flowers do it. Humans
And
have
it follows
a phi
Fibonacci
involved in
sequence.
the like ratio between our heads and our arms, etc. The specific number is 1.618. If you've ever read the Da Vinci Code, it comes up very often. It's very common.
Okay.
It's basically a fractal, a very common fractal in nature.
Okay.
right, so fractals are repeating. Fractals are not. If you think about a right angle, that is so unlikely to happen in nature. It would beat all the odds. But then you have the things like the hexagram around the poles, and there's a beach in, I want to say Scandinavia somewhere, and for whatever reason, all the rocks
Looks like pillars.
Miss, what kind of candy are
they
you?
look like a mosaic. It's sweet tarts, and man, I just got a whole bunch of that like sour for a minute. That was pixie sticks all over again. Sorry about
my mom
that.
came over the other day and she left 2 boxes of candy still waiting for her here.
Until
I told
you
you
can share
it's
with
a
the
thing.
group. Until you can share with the group, I think you just need to keep that to yourself, ma'am.
You're making.
I
me
was.
calm
See, I
down.
shouldn't have told you about it at all.
Hey, that's okay. I'm sorry.
But I think right nature doesn't do right angles. That's weird to me.
Doesn't do what?
Right angles.
90-degree angles.
The other thing interesting
And I
about it,
disagree.
Some minerals do right angles. There are some in
Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. Look how long the arms are.
And they move so effortlessly through the woods too.
It's just like and you notice there's no bob to him at all? No bob. It's a smooth fluid on top of his head. It's smooth and fluid.
You want to watch that one more time, guys?
yes.
Sure.
I liked it when he did the moonwalk.
It's Michael Jackson.
He's a smooth criminal.
Yeah, right there I'm defecating.
You can hear the fear in this guy's voice.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that fear sounds genuine?
Yeah.
That's hard to
Yeah,
fake.
it did. It
Oh,
did sound.
moonwalk.
It did sound genuine.
Like the one where the guy saw the thing but at the base of the big stump. And once he thought it was a bear, it stands up. He didn't say a word. He didn't keep filming. It stands up and he goes, and all you see is the ground going, because this guy is hauling ass. Hauling ass. He's out of there.
There's one too, and I don't know if you guys were in on this one with us, but the one where the kid is like in a field or something, and he's filming, and Sasquatch walks into the frame and comes about halfway down this like little embankment and is kind of crouching and then starts chucking rocks.
Oh, nice.
There's a sound in this kid's voice that goes from interest or fascination or disbelief to I've got to get out of here.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
That's
and
exactly
I'd like
what
to
I'd probably
see
do.
that one if you can find it.
I should be able to find it one of these days.
Are we going to do another episode?
Yeah, there's one. Yeah, I just rather than to have the link get lost in the thread, I'll post it as soon as we're done here. We've got 2.5 minutes. Let's see if we can whip through one more. We're making
That one looked convincing, by the way.
Yeah, that looked good.
See how long its arms were?
Yeah.
Clear down by its knees, his hands were.
right.
That's pretty good indication.
King James has really long arms. I just want to say. I'm so
Well,
Big hands.
doesn't need to be wearing a Bigfoot outfit. Then. Okay, this is okay. We're kind of deviating from Bigfoot, but here we go.
I feel like a deviator.
No sound on this one.
It's a golden dog basketball. You know, I'd stand and look at something like that, going, "Wow."
I don't know that I'd keep driving.
Is he driving or walking? It looks like they're walking.
Oh, because of the movement,
Well,
the bouncing or whatever. Yeah, I think
looks,
you're right.
looks kind of like the far side of Capitol Peak too. Oh, did you hear about Capitol Peak? Oh yeah, you did. You told me.
Yeah, we're gonna go over that. We'll go over that on the next session.
Sweet. Now, you know what I think that those are when they're legitimate. I
What's
think
that?
those are entities. They're beings. I think most of the spaceships we see as lights and stuff are the beings.
There's a difference in the movement. Okay, so we've got less than a minute, so I don't want it to cut off on us totally. Everybody able to jump back in for another half hour or so?
I can.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So just
And
watch.
reminder, hook, line, and thinker, DJ Phoenix.
Yeah, now I don't have to ask it to do one because we just got that done. Awesome. Let's see. I will see you guys. Let's everybody take about 5 minutes or so, and I'll have that one available. I'll have the next link available in about 5 minutes on the thread.
Beautiful.
Don't go anywhere, kids. We'll be right back after this. We're watching.
Hook, line, and
I
thinker.
thinker.
Just like
DJ
that.
D Phoenix
Okay, and friends.
and friends. The Saturday
Okay.
morning cartoons.
Now we'll just keep talking.
Oh no,
La,
that's a pretty
la.
deep mystery, I think.
We could
So
just have a
that's pretty much all my take is on it.
Okay, and you're right. I mean, there's, I just was reading something a little while ago, how adamant they are online about saying that Bigfoot isn't real. Just there is no such thing. This is a legendary creature. It's all mythology. It doesn't exist, because that's still what the scientists on the whole believe. And if there are more of them that do believe that he does exist, or that they do exist, they're still a little bit quiet about it. Why, I don't know, because the amount of legitimate sightings are over the top. And what's wild is that the amount of footage of legitimate sightings is over the top right now. And there was something, and I finally got a chance to do a little bit of research on it, but I can't peg it down to what tribe it was. But it's a Native American prophecy that says when the sightings of Bigfoot increases, when they are seen more than ever before, it heralds a sign of the end times, according to their religion or their spiritual views. And I just thought that was really interesting, but I don't like to take things out of context and don't like to quote stuff that I don't have some kind of a resource to share. So I had to do a little bit of research and see if I could find it. I'm still in the process of that, but I think that's interesting, if for no other reason than that almost kind of explains why so many. Because, the Patterson-Gimlin film at this point in time is so archaic and so outdated, but it also happens to be probably more than any other video footage of anything else in the entire world, the most viewed video footage, not just online, but even from back in the day, the most viewed video footage of all time. Like, people see that footage and they know what they're looking at, whether it exists or not. Are you familiar with that party?
No, I'm not.
1968, Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin were up in Bluff Creek or Willow Creek, California, and videotaped not even 60 seconds worth of the most, at that point in time, the most famous Bigfoot. It's the one where he falls off the horse, and it's it's against the tree line, and the female Bigfoot is walking away, and she looks back over her shoulder and then disappears in the tree line.
Okay. Right,
Okay.
I didn't know where it was from. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that and for years that has stood as like the one and primary example, but they've dissected that and researched it. Once they were able to stabilize that a few years ago, you could actually see it without it being all shaky, and you could just watch it smoothly as this thing walks off into the woods. And what's interesting is that so many people thought that was a hoax, and it looks almost identical to so many of these other creatures that are being caught on film now. They couldn't have reproduced that costume. They just couldn't. And there's different little variations on it, but anyway, so yeah, I don't know what my point was, other than the fact that sightings are over the top. Let me just let's kind of like steer this. LawDawg, what are your observations on the amount of sightings these days?
I did a little research before the podcast. In Thurston County, where you're located at in Washington State, there wasn't many sightings. The last really credible ones were in the late 70s, like 79. But recently, April 2024, a Class A sighting, 2 pedestrians encounter Sasquatch 3 miles south of Little Rock near the Black River, not too far from where I used to live. February 2024, Class A sighting, which of course is the highest grade. Multiple witnesses, daylight sighting of Bigfoot along Power Line Route north of Centralia. And then June 2017, Class B, couple here repeated vocalizations while canoeing on lake near Lacey. So I think they're getting more frequent.
Really?
We're starting to see, if you're paying attention on the internet, you're starting to see a lot of these signs of allegedly marking territories where you see like these huge trees. And when I say trees, I talk saplings. Like you and I couldn't move them over, but and I'm making kind of a cross X with my hands here for those listening on the radio, where the trees are like marking the territory, right, where they've come together up top, and some pine, for lack of a better term, these pine dens, like almost like little teepee,
right,
but with pine tree branches all around, where something could like secrete itself down below in it and stay out of the weather. So I think we're seeing a lot more of these now with the advent of cell phone cameras that are, the Atlas world is in our pockets now with these cell phone cameras, and almost every camera has one. And I think it's really fascinating starting to see these. And I think we're real close. We're real on the cusp of getting some good footage, not the grainy, shaky. I mean, when you see something like that, your heart rate's going to go, your adrenaline's going to go. It's going to be hard to stay still. But, I think we're going to really start seeing some good footage here coming out in the next couple of years.
And I think you're totally right on. Yeah. I don't know what I'd do. I honestly still think that I'd crap myself.
Oh,
seriously,
man.
I just don't know that I don't know that I would know. I don't know that and just like how a lot of people are, I don't know if this doesn't relay to your way of thinking.
Yeah.
It's like you're seeing something that you've been told is not true, even if you believe in it, and then to actually see it. I'm reminded of like the Santa Claus with the M&M guys. Oh, they do it,
right.
And they all fall. Yeah. Right.
I mean, think about it though. I mean, in many cultures, even in over in the East Asia region in China, there's Gigantopithecus. It's big, 8-foot tall ape-like creatures that have been found. In North America, if you're paying attention to shows like In Search Of, they've found giant burial mounds with 8-foot, 9-foot bones in them, right? But those, when they get sent to the Smithsonian, seem to miraculously disappear and never reappear, right? There's a story in Afghanistan during the Afghanistan war in the early zeros. When I say zeros, I mean 2000s, where a group of soldiers came across a cave high up in the Afghan mountains, and a spear came out of one of those and killed a soldier, and then they attacked the creature, killed it, allegedly again, this is a story, but I've seen several versions of it, that a helicopter comes in a giant net and they secrete the body away. So I think that there is, for lack of a better term, a missing link or something. They're constantly finding new old ancient ape forms, right, in our human branch. And I don't think it's too hard to think that there's an ancient civilization of giant creatures somewhere along the human evolutionary path that have just kind of gone by the wayside. I mean, look at the Amazon rainforest, for instance. again, regions of China that have never been explored, where they have this Gigantopithecus bones that have been
It's gonna
found
be, about
years
our
ago,
trip.
and now
I'm up in the
with
woods here
Göbekli Tepe over in
So,
Turkey.
Hey, Darren.
Yes.
Darren.
Yes.
I just wanted to voice this one thing that I feel a lot like a NASCAR person right now.
You look like one.
Yeah, I know. Don't I though?
You look like Speed
You
Racer.
do. You got the shades, you got the hat, you got the headset. You're ready to go.
Pass him. Pass him. Pass him.
You look like Speed Racer got in a
Okay,
fight
anyway.
last night. Lost his front tooth. With Racer
Yeah, I look
X.
like the guy that lost. Damn. Oh, Racer X whoop his
Yeah, but
ass
you're
any
Speed
day,
Racer
though.
though. It doesn't matter.
Right. I still got the show, right?
Yeah.
And Chim Chim. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Did
And Trixie.
you see the latest picture?
No, I haven't. Have you posted it? Here it comes. It's Speed. You did that, dude?
Yeah.
Everybody always says that. I know everybody always says, you did that?
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. That's bomb ass tiggity times 2 to the second power squared.
Love it, love it, love it. Actually, that's
Which
probably
means
one of
it's
my
good.
favorite ones
Yes,
so
sir.
far.
Very
And then
good. Very good job.
You might remember this.
Let's see. That is somebody from Star Trek.
You got
No,
the
that's
star part right.
Star Blazers.
Ta-da.
No?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, Star Blazers?
Yep.
That was my little brother. That was his
That's
thing. But I
Deathlock, right? That's Deathlock.
okay.
Yeah.
I have to admit that I stayed
They
I was
are
late for
hard
school
to
more than
do.
once. God, I guess
Anime
they
is
are,
really hard to
dude.
do.
Yeah.
And to do it right. But this one,
Robin.
What's up, Robin?
Hey,
What's up, girlfriend?
I cannot wait to see the footage of your fun.
yeah.
Wait. I'm gonna.
Oh, she's gone. Just
Good.
that fast.
No.
Oh, check that out. That's cool.
Oh, you have superseded the
Where'd you
baby.
get that?
Oh, when I was gonna do a podcast a couple years ago,
Yeah.
the woman that was gonna co-host with me,
Okay.
she had this. I used to talk about bouncing back from, like when stuff happens, you bounce back. So
Right.
we bought these and then took this great photo shoot, me in my leather and my fringe and her all conservative coming
That's awesome.
purple mohawk. It was awesome.
Totally cool. Good to see you guys here, by the way. And hey, everybody, thank you for putting time aside. Totally appreciate this. It's a 50-50 crapshoot right now if our special guest is going to be on with us tonight. But supposedly, and I talked to her a couple of times, she was going to be on and tell us about her encounters in the Olympic Peninsula with Sasquatch firsthand. So hopefully she'll be on with us at some point. If not, it doesn't matter because we still got videos to watch and stuff. So yeah. Cheetah Mom.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I figured it out. I made it.
Yes, you did. Thank you very much. I
Good.
totally appreciate that. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Have you guys been up to the forest since we were up there?
I'm trying to find my
no,
Bluetooth.
no, not that one.
Not yet? Okay.
No,
You like
we
that
went up
though,
to,
huh?
Oh, it was beautiful and creepy.
At the same time, yeah, totally. So I've got somebody new to introduce to everybody. Hanging out with us for the first time tonight is a buddy of mine. This is Rick Stiller. Rick, welcome to the show.
Thanks,
Rick.
man. I appreciate it. I'm trying to figure out my Bluetooth to get the headset to work, but
Well, we can see you, we can hear you.
good.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for being here. Where are you at? Where do you hail from?
Oregon.
Oregon. Okay.
The Trask Mountain Range in Oregon. Pacific
Okay.
Northwest, like you guys.
Yes.
So now
You
you survived
know.
it.
I
Stormy.
survived it.
Yeah.
It
What'd
was
you think?
awesome.
Actually, we'll get into that in a few. I'm so glad that you're here.
Me too.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm
Did you have fun?
exhausted.
Did you have fun?
I had so much fun.
No doubt.
I had so much
Yeah,
fun.
Robin, you should have been there.
Hey, if I could have, I would have.
I know you would have been there all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. It was a lot of fun, actually.
Oh,
And,
I got a tour.
I
Doug's
see
with-
Doug next door.
I know
No,
he's
no.
with us. Doug, you what?
I think he's fighting with his video.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah,
be
it
in
keeps
and
bringing
out.
you up, but
Anyway, okay, cool.
Come in.
So I suppose I should do the lead in and we'll just get straight into this.
just went out too.
Just so you know, Rick,
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
not
hear
the
them, though.
fastest when it comes to like pulling up videos. We all know that. I get totally lost sometimes, but hey, show's still running 3 years
Yeah.
on. Can you believe that? Oh, and word from Dub that actually he might come back for a couple of episodes.
Oh, sweet.
It's like calling back in.
Totally. Okay. Now, what's going to be really cool if I can figure out.
Yeah,
where I
that's
got all
it's
this
doing that to
stuff
me.
in. Okay. Okay, there we go.
Oh,
Can you see that?
You
Wait,
mean Rick run off?
what?
You mean Rick run off?
Rick Renoff.
because I can hear her, whoever that is. Yeah.
Okay. Can everybody hear and see everything? Okay.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
not you, honey.
Okay.
He's gonna turn his off because I'm using a headset he let me use.
All right. Well, I think I've got gold.
we're-
So
I'm
let's
zooming in right now.
do this. Yeah, I know it's going to be a lot of editing for me, and that's whatever.
Maytown.
Where are we at? Here we go. It did not want to let me on tonight. I don't know what the trip is. Okay, so
For real?
if you guys are ready, we will get going. Oh, and please do say hi to our cameraman for me too, and tell him thank you again very much. Cheetah Mom. Cheetah Mom.
Yeah, I'll tell him.
Yeah,
Sorry.
make sure he knows because yeah, he did a great job.
Oh, maybe that was
Excellent camera, actually. Okay, I just had this mother.
So that's
I'm
why I
waiting
could hear
for
what
it.
they were saying because I was hooked to your Bluetooth. I need to hook it to my computer now.
Yeah, my local disc is like ready to blow.
Are you and Rick in the same room?
No, but it
Oh.
looks like it though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know who he's talking to, but I thought he was talking to you.
No, he's many miles away. Okay, can you
there
see
we go.
this? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I totally
Yeah,
can.
you can. Okay,
Trying to
here we
do
go.
This
Yeah, I can see it.
All right,
this
so let's start the
podcast
show
thing,
now.
but I need to
I don't know what
Bluetooth
it's
these
doing. Come on,
to the computer.
where are we
I'm
at?
having trouble
Good grief.
because I don't have my headset here. It's over in
Well,
South
maybe
Bay.
not. Maybe this is all we get to see.
That's what I'm doing. And trying to talk to you
My
too.
computer is totally acting up tonight. I don't know what the deal is.
Where's my Bluetooth?
Oh, there we go. Good.
Let's see.
grief.
There we go. Bluetooth on.
Yo, what's going down? This is your boy Dub FX. I am doing a show called Hook, Line, and Thinker with DJ D Phoenix on Neo Retro FM, so tune into that.